Okay, hello, are we together? Hello, if you can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, let me know, please. Right. Can you hear me? Hello? Joanne, lift up, please. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me? Hello? 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 If you can hear me, let me know. Hello? If you can hear me, just say something. Say something in the chat so I know you can hear me. Just say something in the chat. I have no interest in waiting for people. Just say something in the chat so I know you can hear me. Right? I see a hand raised. You just say something in the chat. I don't know why you're raising the hand, but I need to be certain that you can hear me. Omeza Suleiman AMC, if you can hear me quickly, say something in the chat. We have no time to waste at all. Right? I didn't want this to be an African time training, so it's going to be massive. You have a moment, please say something in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say something in the chat, please. I need to be sure. I need to be sure. I need to be sure you can hear me. Okay, awesome. So right, so we won't wait for anyone. I just want to be sure you can hear me. Now I would also be interjecting as we start so that I would know if you can hear me or not. This could be 30 minutes or 1 hour session. It depends on bandwidth, right? So yeah, so let's get started on mindset first, right? But before we get started on mindsets, if you can see my screen, say I see. If you can see my screen, say I see. On my screen here, there's something that I wrote there, mindsets, right? If you can see my screen, say I see. Say I see. You can see my screen, say I see. Yeah. All right. Say I see. I see. You can see my screen. Say, I see. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Awesome. Great. So now I would like to play a video for you quickly. Now you're watching this video. Just tell me what you're seeing after you're watching this video. Tell me what your thoughts are. Okay, so what do you think about this video? Quickly, just drop in the chat. What do you think about this video? You've watched this video now. What do you think about it? Drop in the chat. What did you learn in that short 1 minute video? Right? Quickly, let's get it on. What did you learn in that short video? If you learned nothing, say nothing. If you learned something, say what you learned quickly. So if you are with me, and you saw the video, AMC, Folashade, Omiza Suleiman, quickly tell us what you learned from the video quickly. We have a lot to do tonight, so it's a moment for, if you want to watch it again, say again, so I can put it to you, so I can put out the video again. If you have learned something from it, quickly tell me what you think. Yeah, if you want to watch it again, just say again. If you didn't learn anything from me, say nothing, right? And I just need, okay, replies. Awesome. So again, let's put this video again. So you watch it now and tell me what you learned from this video. Tell me what you learned from this video in regards to your work, right? In regards to your work as a partner with Gracious, with PGN, yeah. All right, awesome. So quickly tell us, what did you gain from this video? Quickly. We're not going to play it again. What did you learn from this video? If this class cuts, I will just send another link, right? So basically, as we are still while we are still here, tell me what you learned from this. What you learned from this quickly. We don't have time. I'll give us a minute to tell us what we learned from this video, this short video, right? There are a couple of lessons there. You just need to tell us one thing you learned from this short video. Okay? So AMC, Akombi, Folashade Olaliko, Ameza, you want to tell us something you learned from this video? Quickly. Okay. So while I'm expecting replies and I'm not getting any, if you have anything, just basically drop it in. But basically, the chicken went to meet the one who was eating and begged for what's it called? A crumb, and that one gave it a crumb. From the crumb, he was able to meet somebody, get a thread, they get a thread for a ladder, they take the ladder to rescue a cat, and then upon rescue the cat, got the reward for rescuing the cat, and they use the reward to fund this business. So what I'm saying basically to you is this: if you have a hand, as small as a hand, and a mind, you have something, right? What the chicken had was just a hand and a mind, right? And he had a mind, and he had a hand and a mind, and he has some. So what you have is enough, right? What you have is enough. That's the mindset. So the mindset part is what we are treating today. And it's important to realize that what you have is enough. You don't need to have everything before you get started. What you have is enough, right? You have a mind, right? And you have a hand, right? So I'm basically teaching you a few things about the mindset. So by the time we are done learning these things in these 5 days, you would be able to understand that your mind is enough and your hand is enough. So what your hand is enough. Just typically from the Bible example, Moses had a rod and that rod was enough, right? So what you have is enough. So that's that. Now, as we go on, I'm going to basically say to us that before you run an advert, as well. Now, this is about running adverts basically. We could also talk about how to do organic traffic, but primarily this is about running adverts. You need first, before you run an advert, you need to write 10x of your goal down and keep saying it until it becomes your reality and eventually your mind accepts it. Now, this is what we are saying. Basically, if you have a goal, now if you can hear me, if you cannot hear me, let me know you cannot hear me. If you can hear me, say I hear. Say I hear. If you can hear me, say I hear. While I'm still waiting for that reply as well, okay, I'll continue. So awesome. So basically, write down, let's say your goal is to make 1 sale a month. You can write, my goal is to make 10 sales a month, right? Now, what happens with this is that your mind will actually fight back immediately and say to you that, this is not possible, and all of those things. Now, the onus is on you to keep saying this every blessed day, every single day, until your mind accepts it. So if you say it consistently daily, after a while, you've said it repeatedly enough daily. Maybe after a month, 2 months, 3 months, after a while, your mind begins to accept it, and the things you say begin to come to reality, begin to form reality, right? So a man will satisfied by the fruit of his lips. So man's belly will satisfied by the fruit of his lips. So it becomes a reality. Because really, the truth is that if you don't talk to yourself positively every day, you will always default to the negative. There are times you just do on a bike and you feel like, what if I just fall down now? Sometimes you'll be driving and you can think and say, oh, what if somebody just runs from my car now? You can think those thoughts. They just come because the mind is at default in the negative, right? It's at default, is in the negative by default. It's in negative by default. So what you need to do as an individual is to equip your mind, and feed your mind something. Right now, there are things you can feed your, just like when you eat food, you can eat junk and at the same time you can eat good food, right? So if you feed your body with junk, your immune system weakens and you begin to be susceptible to disease. If you feed yourself with shawarma and the likes, right, and you know burger and ice cream and the likes, that's what begins to happen to your immune system. Now, what in the other way around, what happens to your body is quite different when you eat fruits and vegetables and good natural food, right? So the same way too, when you feed your mind with books, with educational materials, with motivational materials, motivation is important. They say it's aspire to perspire. Look at the people who have succeeded in life, they have had motivations, right? So when you invest in those things, that's where you get what you say to yourself positively. And you begin to invest not just money, but your time as well in those things, and begin to talk to yourself positively so that you don't default to the negative. This is where being able to make lots of sales starts. You see, the thing with success and making lots of sales is that nothing happens by accident, and everything, and I mean everything matters. Everything matters. Everything matters. That's why you must engage with positive affirmations and say things like, I love myself, I love my work, I am a success, I'm making sales, I am huge, I am a game changer, I am blessed, I am favored. You say those things to yourself and you work at it. You say those things to yourself and you work at it. Now, it's also important that while you are saying those things to yourself, you work very, very hard at it. If nobody has done this before your lineage, be the first. Now, write your goals in very clear fashion. Write clear written goals. Create well-written goals for yourself and for your future and read them daily, right? You could write things in the past tense, personal tense, and also in the positive tense. Things like, I made 20M this month, right? You see, I is the personal tense that you have personalized it. Personalize it by saying I, and then made is the past tense there, made, right? And the positive tense is, more like saying 20M this year. I made 20M in sales this year. I made 200M in sales this year, right? You need to write those things down. Now, write the vision, make it plain so as he that readeth it may run. Write it down so that you'll be able to run with it and achieve success. Now, the fact that you are writing it down doesn't mean it will come to pass if you don't work. You have to work at it. If you are going to write these things down, do these things, that means you are probably going to be doing things you've never done, right? Recent things done, things you've never done before. That is, you've written goals down. Maybe you've never written them before in this fashion. Now you're writing them out in this fashion. Now that means that you have to be able to work hard at it. You have to be able to work hard at it like you have never worked before. Because if you are going to achieve something you have never achieved before, then you have to work like you've never worked before. But if that's the case, it's also important that you stretch your mind and stretch yourself to work. Are we together? If we are together, say yes. If you are together, say yes. Are we together? If we are together, say yes. Need to say that. Yes. Just let me see a few yeses. If you are together, say yes. Say yes.
Say yes. Say yes.
Yes, together, say yes.
Together, say
I'm going
yes.
to show a video to you now. I'm going to show you a video. Now, this video is very important. It's a 1-minute video. It's very important. And mindset is key. If you're going to achieve anything, it starts from the mind. There's nothing you do that doesn't start from. If you are going to pick a cup of water to drink, it starts from the mind, right? You are going to go to the toilet and poo-poo. It starts from the mind. All right, so let's watch this, right?
Family that is wealthy. Somewhere back in their lineage generationally, they weren't. And then something happens. The one shows up. In every family, there's the one. And that one changes that family forever. In my family, I'm the one. We don't think like we used to think. The nieces and nephews are positive, forward thinking, caring, good people with dreams. I wasn't raised like that. I'm the one. I'm the one who made the calls late at night. I'm the one who drove hours and hours for people to say no. I'm the one who took the heat. I'm the one who typed all the emails. I'm the one who returned all the messages. I'm the one that dealt with all the stress and the strife and the cancellations and the back talking, the people who didn't keep their word to me, and the difficult times. I'm the one who lost sleep at night. I'm the one who got up early. I'm the one who carried the emotional burden of waiting, just like you are. You're the one.
Awesome. So it's important you realize that nobody's coming to save you, right? Nobody's coming to help you. You are the one who is going to make the changes. You are the one who is going to make decisions. You are the one who is going to take the bull by the horns, right? Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. So you need to have a laid out plan and believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. I need to say that again and again. You need to believe in yourself. Don't self-sabotage. Don't work hard and not believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and work hard. Believe in yourself and work hard. Now, working hard is not just about doing this, doing that. That's why we're going to learn how to be able to make sales today. All right. If you're not going to get to that class today, we're going to get it maybe into it tomorrow. But it's important you learn how to run online ads the right way. But more than all that, if you don't believe in yourself and you learn everything here, you will self-sabotage. Belief is very key. You need to believe in yourself, right? Believe in the process as well. If you don't believe and we do all of these things, you will just be making, a mockery of everything, right? So avoid confusion, avoid being directionless. Don't be here and there at the same time. Focus. Let your mind be single. understand that sales and marketing is core to your success, and be consistent at it. Every money in this world is made by selling. Anybody that is making money his money is made by somebody who is selling something to someone, right? Somebody who is selling something to someone is making money. There's no way you will make money without selling something to someone, right? If you disagree, let me know. Just say I disagree and tell me why you disagree, and we will trash that. So when you are selling, know your numbers, right? So, and keep records. If, for instance, now you use 10,000 naira, for instance, to have 5 leads, you know that one lead has cost you how much? 2,000 naira. Keep your, so when you have 100,000 naira, you are beginning to say that, okay, with 100,000 naira now, I will have 50 leads, right? So you know exactly what kind of leads they are, and you are able to keep records, right? So that when you are defining your goal, you can be able to define your goal based on what your numbers are and what your math is. So define your goal, your daily goal, your weekly goal, your monthly goal, your quarterly goal. Live by those goals, right? Have clarity about what you must do to achieve those goals. What are you going to do to achieve those goals? Are you going to run YouTube ads, which you are going to learn? Are you going to run Facebook ads, which is also one of the things you are going to learn? Are we going to run Google ads? Are we going to run Instagram ads? Are we going to run LinkedIn ads? Am I going to just say, okay, I don't have money for ads, I want to do free traffic? I want to do free traffic until I'm able to have money for ads. Have clarity on what you must do to achieve your goals. Write it down, right? Write it down. Are we together? Write it down. Now, have some why. If you don't know why you are doing stuff, you can just backtrack. For instance, now, I was going to the pharmacy today. Right there were times I would go to the pharmacy to when my son was younger and was always having this cough. I would go to the pharmacy and there was a particular drug I was looking for, Benylin Pediatric at that time. I would look for, and I would go for pharmacies here and there, call pharmacies, and I will not stop in my area. I will keep going because I had a why. Why was that a medical doctor had recommended drug and I was good, and my why was that this boy must stop the cough, right? So it also works like that in your sales and marketing, in your goals in life. Why? Are you doing for your kids? Are you doing for your parents? Are you doing for because somebody has embarrassed you? Are you doing because somebody has shamed you? Why are you doing these things? Now, what do you want to achieve? Right? And how do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? It's very important. How do you want to do it? Right? How do you want to do it? Very important. How do you want to do it? Now, the what, why, and how questions are very important. So set aside time for clarity sessions. You can go into your room, close the door, close the windows, carry the barrier and paper, and write down what you want to achieve. And write down how you plan to achieve it. Then write down what your target is. Your target for the month, your target for the day, your target for the week, your target for this year. Write those things down. If you don't write these things down, you will be surprised that you will go a full decade and will not achieve anything. That's the reality of how things are, except you write things down. So be willing to also invest in your growth. If it can be money, it can be time, invest in your growth. Remember that you are always responsible. Nobody else is responsible for your success or your failure. If you fail, you are responsible for it. If you succeed, you are responsible for it. If you give excuses, you are responsible for it. If you don't give excuses, you are responsible for it. You need to understand that very clearly. Right now, I just want to know if you have questions. Do you have any questions? Do we have any questions at all? So we'll move on. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let's move this rapidly. If this video cuts off, we are going to have another link. I'm going to create another link and send. Any questions as well? Do you have any questions? If you don't have questions, say no. If you have questions, say yes. Right? I'll move on and I will await your chat. Now, about market research, it's important that you have market research knowledge. When you are doing market research, you are basically looking for what the market wants, right? So Gracious has land, Gracious has residential apartments for sale as well. You want to look at what is more in demand. What's more in demand, right? There are a few things Gary Albert has said. He said that the most important thing is a hungry market, not a billion burger. So it means that if you want to sell something, you have to look for a market that is hungry for that thing you want to sell. For some things, it might be that it's a market that is hungry for the solution. It might be that it's a market that is hungry for the product. It might be that it's a market that is hungry for, the results that the products will give. So you need to constantly be on the lookout for groups of people who have demonstrated that they are serving for some particular product or service you have, right? You are not creating a need. The need is already there. You are not creating a want. The want is already there. You just look for the people who have that want. You look for exactly why they want to fill that want. You look for the void in their lives, and you tailor the product towards that void, right? You must always find a market first and then concentrate on the product. So it's important that when you realize that you cannot make sure, you probably want to look at it and say, am I looking for a product for a product first? Why should I just look for a market first? What is the market's desire? What does the market really want? Once I know that, then I create a product and tailor the product towards that market. So if the market is looking for commercial land, you basically just go to Gracious and pick commercial lands and you sell. If the market is looking for lands that they can buy now and resell in the future, something some people call future lands, you basically look for those lands with Gracious and say, Gracious, okay, this land, this estate, we are selling them. I'm basically going to focus on this, and then you sell a lot more. If people are looking for fully built apartments, Gracious has that as well. You basically just concentrate on that and you pick one. So products are a dime a dozen. They are important, but they are less crucial to success than finding a hot market. So when you find a hot market, people that are already buying that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff, what do? You basically just create a product that sailors towards our solution, and you sell it to them, right? That's exactly how marketing works. You don't create a need, or you don't create a want. You basically tailor your products towards the want or the need, and you sell it to them, right? So it's important that we understand that. So it's, how do you know that? You have to do your market research. Now, these are questions that you can ask during market research, right? All these questions, you can ask them. Now, basically, you go to YouTube, right? We may touch on this tomorrow, but I needed you to understand that these are the questions. And then you go to YouTube, you go to Facebook groups that talk about things like this, right? If you could be a Facebook group where there are Nigerians in UK, right? You could, now we know those people buy a lot of properties. It could be YouTube videos of Nigerians, Nigerian YouTube vloggers talking about real estate. And you check the comments, you also see what the vlogger is saying. And then when you are also going to Nairaland as well, go do your research on Nairaland about real estate and all that on Nairaland. You go to Google as well, do it on Google. There are quite a number of real estate magazines that you can actually research on, right? You go to these places and you make a lot of research, and you begin to find your answers. The answers you begin to find are people talking about their victories. That will answer questions like, what are their victories? You begin to find out people talking about this particular company is not doing well. Now, you begin to see that is the answer to number 10. What does the market like about the number 10 and number 11 precisely? What does the market is like about existing solutions, right? You begin to see why they're not doing well. People say things like, my siblings, when I send them money, they kind of invest my money. You see that that's answer to number 7. What are their prejudices? People have the prejudice that anybody who is selling them real estate or buying real estate for them is always out to dupe them because their siblings are already duping them, right? So you see answers to questions like that, right? You basically just go to YouTube, Facebook groups, go to Google, go to LinkedIn, go to Facebook, Twitter, go to Nairaland. People go online and they say things that are supposed to be secrets. They say those things, right? So you find, be able to find answers to these market research questions. Now, obviously, I can share these market research questions with you. But basically, the onus is on you to go to YouTube, Facebook groups, YouTube videos, Facebook groups, Twitter, Nairaland, LinkedIn, even Google, popular property websites, and then search out the answers to those questions. And as you search, you will find tremendous resources online, right? So it's very important. Now, I need to know if you have questions. I need to know if you have questions, right? I need to know if you have questions. I need to know if you have questions. Let's shoot any question. because we need to get into the arts, right? Look at these things I'm scrolling through now. We need to get into the arts as fast as we can. But I don't want to rush the process either. I want to be sure that you are getting it. Now, are you getting it? If you are getting it, say yes. If you are not getting it, say no. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Quickly. Are you getting it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here, right? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Okay. Okay, awesome. So one person said yes. Any other person, are you getting? If you're not getting it, say no. Quickly, I'd be grateful to know that you are not getting it so that we can, you know, go back to it. Quickly, are you getting it? Awesome. Okay, awesome. So we have 2 replies. Now, you need to have a unique mechanism and a big idea. Now, what's a big idea? For instance, now, if you hear things like Titanic, the big idea is love, right? The big thing about the story is love and all that, right? Now, if somebody thinks about um gracious cause, one of the properties of gracious, what is the big idea about it? The big idea could be huge ROI, right? It could be serene living, right? Now, what's the big idea? What's the unconventional thing? That's a big idea. What's the unique thing? Now, for the unique mechanism is quite different. Unique mechanism is the most powerful way that you will be able to use an analogy and use the analogy to hook the audience's attention. And also, you are able to educate them on what their problem is, and what the solution to their problem is, right? You are basically using an analogy to educate them on what their problem is and what the solution to their problem is. That is, you are explaining the root cause of the problem. You are telling the audience exactly why they have not been able to solve their long-standing problem. And then you use that explanation to set up a pitch for the solution that you have. Use that explanation to set up a pitch for the solution that you have. This solution will solve the root cause of the audience's problem, not their service problem, but their, the root cause of their problem. Is like a unique selling point, but it's better than that. It's bigger than that. It's even far better than that. Now, let me explain like this. Say somebody says that I have a problem trusting real estate companies. I always feel they are going to dupe me. Somebody sold me a paper and today nothing. So the root problem is that the person has not been able to get undeniable or verifiable proof before buying a property. Now, that's the problem. That's the root problem, right? Now, for you, you have to be able to solve that root problem by saying, okay, now, because that is the root problem, my solution to you is this. We would have live streamed inspections, and then you would also be able to take your siblings to inspect. We will send you the documentation so that you can verify before you buy the property. And then you would also be able to, verify from other clients who have also bought the same property as well. So you also talk about instant allocation and things like that. Now, you see that you have been able to make a situation where you have been able to find the root cause of the problem, why the person is not buying, and then you find a deep solution that addresses that root cause, and then you put those together and you are able to sell, right? So let me give you another example that's not in real estate so you can pick this better, right? And then once I give you this example, I would ask to know if you understand it, because this is very key to selling. If you don't address a person's problem, deep underlying problem, then you won't be able to find a solution to that problem, right? Take a look at this.
Good-looking skin, follow the bread rule. See this piece of bread? This is what your skin looks like when you're young. It's squishy, it's flexible, it quickly regains its shape even when you bend it. And when I dip it into a bowl of soup or olive oil, it instantly soaks up all the moisture like a sponge. But as we all know, fresh bread doesn't stay fresh forever. After a while, it dries up and becomes brittle. And it can't trap liquid as efficiently. And when you bend it, it just cracks. And this is exactly what happens to your skin as well, except instead of splitting in half, we can develop a look of deep lines and creases. And unfortunately, even the best moisturizer won't do any good at this point. Because no matter how often you use it, the inner portion of your skin will still stay dry. So today I'm going to show you a smarter way to hide wrinkles. Wrinkle looking.
So now this video basically explains that the reason people's skins do not really look good or anymore is because the skins have become dry, just like bread becomes dry over time due to exposure. The skin also becomes dry over time due to exposure. And because of these things, the skin is no longer able to look good no matter what you do. So basically, the solution of this guy is to be able to help the skin become fresh, right? From undoing the exposure, right? So basically, in that solution, we also mentioned you are basically undoing the distrust. You are basically undoing the distrust by ensuring that you are making everything transparent, everything fully transparent. And that transparency is what they are looking for, right? So you get the gist. You are basically finding the basic deep problem, and you are using a deep solution that addresses this deep problem to tackle the deep problem, right? So once you are able to do that, you have been able to solve the underlying problem, and then we can look forward to making a sale so that the solution can be actionable to the buyer, right? Do you get it? Do you get it? Let me know if you get it. Let me know if you get it. Do you get it? Do you get it? Let me know if you get it. Do you get it? Awesome. Let me see one or two more replies. If you get it, let me know. If you get it, let me know. Do you get it? Do you get it? All right. One more reply. One more reply. One more reply. Do you get it? Do you get it? I'm waiting for a reply. I don't want the situation where people are sleeping on me and I don't know they are sleeping. So do you get it? Do you
Yes,
get
sir.
it? Do you get it? Yep. Awesome. Okay, awesome. So now, selling is emotional. Selling is an emotional thing. This is the thing. Let me rephrase what I said. People buy for emotional reasons. People buy for emotional reasons. They can buy for emotional reasons and justify it with logic. Have you heard that before? People buy for emotional reasons and justify it with logic. Have you heard that before? Have you heard that before? Have you heard that before? People buy for emotional reasons and they use logic to justify it. Right? Okay, if you have heard that before, let me know. Okay, if you have heard that before, let me know. Now, take a look at this. People buy for luxury. People buy for luxury. People buy for fear. I'm talking about real estate now. People buy real estate for luxury, for fear, for pride, for guilt, for greed, for joy, for exclusivity, and for fulfillment. Now, people will buy a beautiful house in Banana Island for the purpose of luxury, right? People would buy a beautiful, gracious apartment with all the efficiency it comes in for the purpose of luxury. They just want to feel that they are enjoying the luxury they worked for, right? They are enjoying the luxury they work for, right? So people think about that first. Then they can start saying, it's pricey, it's not the pricey, all of that, but they justify it with logic, right? And the logic they justify it with most times is the pricing. So if you can make them feel that the price is small in comparison to what they are getting, then they will basically buy if they have satisfied the luxury that they want. So luxury is an emotion. Now, people buy for fear, right? Somebody might be afraid of, what if I retire and I don't have my own house and I don't have a place to stay and I cannot pay rent? So all sorts of fear, right? People buy for all sorts of fear. Pride, right? Somebody was going to buy a house sometime and he was saying that, I want to make a statement. I want to make a statement, right? Somebody wanted to buy a house and he was also saying something like, I want to actually, okay, yes, this person rented a what's it called? You know, these houses they rent overnight for just one night, right? And then we rented the house for a night, and then he did housewarming. Now that's pride. It made people want to feel like he did housewarming because he wanted people to feel like I bought this house. So the pride element, he wanted to fulfill it, right? So people will buy real estate because they want to come back to Nigeria and tell people that I bought something, I secured something, I nailed down something, I pinned down something, right? I pinned down something. People want to be able to do that.